Hello. Welcome back, lovely viewers. This is part two of two for Bones of the Ocean, a Monster Hearts 2 actual play for the season of Halloween. Ooh. I will give you a recap of where we left off in a few moments, but first I want our lovely players to reintroduce themselves and their characters to you. And I think I remember what I did last time. I think I went like this on the overlay, so I'm going to do that again. Cleric, do you want to start by introducing yourself and your character?
Of course, I want to start. Hello, everybody. I'm Cleric, your local messed up, local screw up. I'm playing the ghoul Gabrielle, who uses they, he pronouns, just like myself. So, yeah, I'll do my whole spiel at the end.
Amanda.
I am looking forward to that. I'll do my whole spiel at the end as well.
Milan.
Hey, I'm Milan. I use he and they pronouns, and I will be playing Cal, who uses they them pronouns, and I am a werewolf. Passing it along.
And VJ.
Hi, I'm VJ Stonecraft, and I'm playing Cordelia. She is the Selkie tonight. Both Cordelia and I use she, they pronouns.
It's me. I'm Max. I use he, they pronouns, but I play everybody else who uses different pronouns. I'll use them as I refer to them accordingly. I never know what to say when I GM. Let me give you a quick recap of what happened last episode. So, we were introduced to our four friends here in their respective parts of the ship with bits of free time. They all attended a class that they have in common, a maritime history and safety class. Various levels of interest between our group of actually paying attention there. We were introduced to some NPCs who were throwing a party on board. This is not a total rarity, but something that does take a lot of effort and organization, but it does happen at least a few times a semester. Our friends all attended a pre-game for the party, a preliminary game, as everybody took to calling it, which still makes me laugh, in the dorm room of Addison, who is someone trying very hard to befriend Cal at varying levels of success, and her roommate Ani, who is a local goth aboard with some history, with TJ, the student who Sage replaced when she had joined the program on board. After some time, they went to the party, went their separate ways. We had a few conversations. There ended up being a very loud screech, followed by a strange occurrence of words, let me go home, let me go home, let me go home, scrawled across a computer screen, seemingly no way to get it to subside. And I believe that is where we left. Am I missing anything that's important that I totally glossed over?
I want to fight a shark.
Gabriel has been trying to fight a shark. With the right roll, I think anything is possible in that regard. We are keeping our eyes peeled.
Do we go over Sage, who I forgot to introduce, uses she, they pronouns, is the new kid who has replaced.
Yes. Sage has recently joined the Semester at Sea program that our characters attend, having replaced another student, TJ Rose, who dropped out or removed themselves from the program, at least after having allegedly seen something horrible and essentially having a kind of a mental health issue is how it was described to the other students who were asking. So we take it from here. The energy is a little bit strange in the event hall where this is taking place, because the thing that they had prepared so heavily for was the party being busted by a staff member. Now something in some ways worse has happened. There's no technical reason, no logistical reason why the party should stop, but a lot of people are still worried and confused, especially as the computer on the DJ stand was the one affected. So the music does not quite resume. There is a low rumble of chatter of different groups beginning to talk in the room, as well as a growing group of students around the computer trying to figure out exactly where it came from, what to do with it. A few people straggle, try to like look around, see maybe if they can like source the scream that everybody heard, but it's ultimately Panic at the Disco.
Ooh.
It's ultimately
I gotta go.
When the reference is so good.
I gotta go.
With that being said, I would love to discover the source of the panic and help people look around.
I didn't even have that planned. It just came to me as I was speaking, and it had to come out or something bad like what happened. Yes, you are welcome to look around. Tell me exactly what you are looking for.
Well, you said there was, if I'm remembering correctly, like a glass shattering sound as well.
Oh, I think I went over this with you guys, but I don't know if it was on air. I was comparing the loudness of the scream to something that would be able to shatter glass. There was no actual shattering of glass noise. It was just, I should have said ear piercing. It was a very, very loud shriek that I would not dare to perform while all of us are wearing headphones.
In that case, could I make a roll with heightened senses? It's a move on the werewolf.
Yes, I am familiar. I am familiar with such a thing. You are welcome to make your roll with heightened senses.
All right, let me open online roller because I don't have any dice with me today for some reason. That is a 6 minus 1.
Yeah, that is a failure. So, I forget who it was that failed a bunch of rolls last week.
Also me, I think.
Okay, yeah. You can take some experience for that. Maybe you'll actually get enough to to get a new move.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So.
Cordelia.
Yeah, you get nothing.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you get nothing. You kind of you roll with heightened senses. You try to like find a source for this noise, and it should be easy for you, yeah, given the way that being a werewolf works. But you are actually like overwhelmed by the amount of input. There are so many things going on. That it's like in any like supernatural kind of TV show movie where you see the mind reader can't get everything to be quiet. It is overwhelming in that regard. You end up not being able to trace anything. Go ahead, BJ. Sorry.
Oh no, that was my B. Cordelia hears this scream and immediately is like pushing through the crowd trying to find the source of it, like grabbing people by the shoulders, be like, do you know who that was? Like, who screamed? And just moving through the crowd as quickly as she can. I would like to roll Keep Your Cool, which is when you keep your cool and you act in spite of fear.
Yeah, I will allow that. Go ahead.
That is a 13.
Oh my god. That's so high.
Yeah, so with that, just a 10 and up, I keep my cool and I gain insight. So I'll ask you a question. Who's screaming? Where's it coming from?
So, you have been on this ship longer than anybody else. You're more familiar, probably in most senses, with like the lore of the ports, the like superstitions that are common among ship crew. all that stuff. You are a person of the sea, and this is not something that you just hear on the ship. You're able to deduce this by kind of thinking back to it, and you're able to, in like speaking to one person, they have like a recording that they were taking of someone on the dance floor. Listen to it back, and you actually can't hear the scream in the recording. It's because it didn't happen in the physical world. There was no actual sound vibrating off of anything. It was a scream that happened like within the collective minds of the people who were in the room. Is that sufficient?
Yes. I would like
13,
to...
I would let you ask a second one.
Okay. So on that 13, what danger does that pose to us?
In any experience you have with the supernatural in the past, things don't lash out for no reason. And if this is connected to the other occurrence, to like the words on the screen that happened here, it's asking for something, not it's not trying to hurt you, it's asking for help. So right now you're not in immediate danger.
Okay. So I will grab the others and say, this isn't a student. This isn't one of us. There's something like a ghost or something, like some kind of specter on board the ship. I don't think it's trying to hurt us. That isn't the vibe that I'm getting. I think it needs our help or something. Don't ask me how I know that. They airdropped it to me.
The ghost
did?
Yeah, totally.
I'd like to pull on a string I have over Cordelia.
Okay.
I would like to tempt them to do what I want, and I want to say, are you sure that that's what's happening, or is there more information you can share?
So yeah, you spend a string, you can tempt them to do what you want, give them a condition, add one to roll against them, or add harm to deal to them. Tempting them to do what you want, you would be, unless you have like some way that you would like to resist, Cordelia, you would be inclined to tell a more full truth.
Yeah, absolutely. So Cordelia looks a little taken aback, a little bit worried, and she says, okay, fine. The ghost didn't airdrop anything to me. That was just a callback to last week's episode. Okay, this is gonna sound like some real freakazoid shit, but I feel like I can trust you. I maybe have like some connection to the supernatural, like the sea in particular. So, okay, this is gonna sound really, really freaky, but I was born like 20,000 leagues under the sea, okay? Like, I used to be a seal, okay? Just like roll with me on this. And I know when supernatural things are hurting, I know when they're upset, because I feel that too. Please stop looking at me like that.
You used to be a seal.
It's not that weird. A lot of people used to be animals, and sometimes still are. Let's go past this. All right. Do you have any way we can figure this out? Like, can we talk to this thing?
I don't know if we can like talk to it just like that, but I don't know. There's this thing that I can do where I can gaze into the abyss, and I can sometimes get like a That's So Raven read on shit. But I
fucking love that show.
Yeah, it made me feel really seen when I was a kid. But I don't know. It doesn't always work, but I can give it a shot.
If we need to, we can go ask. I think Ani has one of those Luigi boards or whatever they're called.
Cal, I run with a lot of things you say. You know it's not a Luigi board.
What?
It's-
Whatever it's called.
Sage Butson. It's called a wiki board.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I've never seen one before.
I think you see Gabrielle for the first time just being like, you know what? Yeah, fuck it. If you want to gaze in, gaze in. You know, this ghost you said is not that bad, but do you think we could fight it?
Like, find it on board? Find it?
I mean, yeah.
I mean,
I mean-
maybe.
If it's screaming and stuff, then maybe it needs to do something, and that sounds like fun. Either unfinished business or we become its business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like the freaky thing is, it didn't show up on like the recording of the room, like when the scream happened. So I don't know. I'm not that good. I'm not that powerful. Honestly, I've been trying to like avoid letting people know that I'm a weird under the water selkie freak. So like I'm willing to give it a try, but I don't know if I can. I don't know if I'm good enough.
I think Gabrielle looks at you and tries to give you some encouragement by being like, I want to use a move of mine, which is called ending, which is you remember you remember every detail of your death. When you tell someone about it, give them the condition morbid and roll to turn them on with cold. And I'm hoping that can help. I'm trying to play this in like a way that will give like confidence, not in like a sexual, it would just be like, yeah, know that you're not the only freaky person on board, but it's also very morbid. Would Max, is that cool with you? You're muted.
So we're translating the turn someone on role as empowerment.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that as long as all parties involved are fine
Yeah.
with that.
Are you cool?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's a really fun
Okay.
reskinning of that skill. Yeah, oh
Being
yeah.
turned on to self-confidence.
Exactly.
Yes.
So
And if you don't mind, I'm going to put my hand on Cordelia's shoulder, and I just look at her very sincerely, and I say, I want to help. I will go with you.
nice. And
Aw.
So
Yeah.
you need to make your roll,
Ye-
correct? Yeah.
yes. And I add my cold to this, I believe. That's 8. And
Okay.
so I look at Cordelia and I say, listen, freaky shit happens all the time in the real world. Like me, imagine I was riding my motorcycle straight up down the road before I went to school. A full-on tractor trailer comes, hits me straight on, just completely hit straight on. I'm knocked out for 2 days. Suddenly, I wake up in the hospital fine. They pronounced me dead. I woke up in the morgue. So, freaky shit happens all the time. And now I kind of just wander around, and some people are adorable like that. But maybe this ghost is adorable, and maybe you're adorable. So freaky shit happens all the time. Don't feel weirded out about it. This is your car.
I will interject briefly before Cordelia responds to say that because that was an 8 in the 7 to 9 category, you have to like go from some reaction things from the book.
Mhm.
So on a 7 to 9, they can either give you a string or choose one of the reactions. So it is I give myself to you, I promise something I think you want, or I get embarrassed and awkward. Either of those are interchangeable with giving a string as well. You only do one thing though. On a 10 or up, you would get both.
And that's for me, right?
Yeah, that
To-
is for you to decide how you react. Yeah.
So I think Cordelia reads this as like you trying to flirt with her, and it makes her really like, oh, I don't like I'm friends with everybody. Like I'm not sure I really want like I don't know. I'm not. There's nothing special about me. Like you shouldn't. You know what? I'll don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. There's nothing special about me. I can give it a try. It probably won't work.
Is Sage helping you and you weird freaky shit? I mean, freaky shit probably gonna come after you. you got this. Completely just like oblivious, like, yeah. And I think Gabriel looks at Cal just like, yeah, right? Like, put your hand up, like, put your thumb up. Like,
Oh, okay. I give thumbs up, like confused. I'm
I
still
also-
not over the fact that you implied you wanted to. Whatever. We're not going to cover that. Whatever you do with the ghost in your private time's up to you.
what?
Cal's thinking Gabrielle wants to find the ghost for an adult reason.
Romantic
Yes.
liaison. So Cordelia sees all of these like all of the thumbs up, and is like, "Oh, okay, I'll try." So Cordelia is going to attempt to use her skill Salt instead of Gaze into the Abyss. So I have a question to ask you, Max, and that is,
Yes.
I need access to water. We could spend the time for me to go out onto the deck or something.
Yeah.
But is there enough water content in whatever alcohol we're drinking or the mixers to
If-
count as water?
So if you does it need to actually have salt water, or it's just because you cry into it that
It's
it can
just
just
water.
be any water? Okay, I mean, like,
My
this is-
tears are what makes
See,
it
this
salt.
is yeah. One of the things that I'm not going to compromise on in a game is everyone's safety and comfort at an event. So there is absolutely like bottles of water available. You can very easily take one, or like have a cup of water, and yeah, that's fine from in here if you guys just want to take up a corner and do that.
Okay. Yeah,
Just
so
4 people surrounding one Dasani.
Oh.
yeah, so
Oh no, I like they're like they can't like endorse any like specific company, so they have like Semester at Sea like labels like slapped onto what was once a bottle.
Cordelia takes one of these non-branded bottles of water and goes into one of the corners and just like looks at all of you. And is like, I really like I guess I'm okay with you guys knowing that I'm weird and I'm a freak or whatever, but like, do you think you could like, I don't know, like box me in so like the other people don't know? I gotta like try and squeeze out a tear. I haven't cried on command in a really long time.
I'll do my best, but you're like a solid 2 or 3 inches taller than me.
I,
Alright, I'll try.
Sage is
Well-
tall enough.
Okay, Sage, you spread out starfish style. Cal, you get somewhere in the middle, so in this gap that Sage has, and I'll do like a diagonal so we can protect from all 3 sides. And so it's like a weird, like,
4
like
sides to a bot. Okay.
I-
I'm like,
tent.
Sage is like T-posing just ominously in the corner.
Cal's just got like Wonder Woman posing in the gap between, and it's awkward because like the arms on top of Cal's head. I bet.
I think Gabrielle's like tried like doing like the wrestling pose, like just trying to stretch out, just like that.
Why are you
Trying to take
why
as
are you
much space.
flexing? They're trying to not
It's-
get attention.
I'm not. No one's gonna look over here if they think I'm stretching everyone to chase a ghost.
Cordelia unscrews the top of the water bottle, is just like looking at all of you and just like starts to like cry a little bit. Just like, oh God, I really just hate it when people think I'm weird. And she'll cry into the water bottle, and I'm going to roll for salt.
Okay. This is a strange display indeed. I feel like in other cases, like I would say that like you guys like need to like roll to be successful, but I think like the amount of weird that you guys are being right now would successfully keep people away from you for like a variety of reasons, and I don't think that that requires a roll.
Can I make a larger kerfuffle in order to pull attention away in that case?
Kerfuffle is my favorite word in the English language, so yes, you may. What are you?
All right, I want to find the most generic dude bro looking one who's acting like annoying, and I'm just gonna go punch them.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
So you find a like a guy who he's just like trying to like make the best of the situation and kind of like comfort like a group of girls who are like scared and like unsure of like whether to go back to their rooms, like, oh, like it's okay, you're gonna like in the douchebag way. You gonna say anything, or you're just gonna punch him?
Yeah, I'm gonna say like, "Hey Marco, where's my $20?" And I'm just gonna punch him in the gut.
You sounded so much like Dipper Pines when you said that sentence. Like your whole voice had his cadence. That's a compliment. So I would compel you to roll lash out physically,
Ah, yes, a role I'm supposed to be good at.
as you are in fact lashing out physically.
That's an 8. I was hoping for a 10.
On a 7 to 9, you harm them, but choose one. They learn something about you, your true nature, and gain a string on you. The MC decides how bad the harm turns out, or you become your darkest self. I highly don't recommend becoming your darkest self.
No,
right
I
now.
don't think I will. But I also don't want to out myself. I'm gonna decide how. I want you to decide how bad I punch this person.
Okay. So this is actually I'm gonna leave this to dice. I'm gonna roll. Okay. So
Did I just kill someone?
I rolled for intensity on like a D10 like of a hit and I got a 1.
Oh,
Okay.
So like you go up to this guy. We all know, at least amongst this group, that Cal has the Napoleon complex going on. This guy is like pretty big, athletic guy. And you know what? He deserves to be called out. He's being a douchebag. And Cal goes to hit him and doesn't like really like frame it right. So like you get like his shoulder, like side neck area, but it doesn't do so much as like piss him off. And he's like, "Fuck are you on, man?" And like shoves you back.
Even before he finishes the shove, a fist comes out of nowhere and hits him right in the jaw from Gabrielle.
yes.
You start a fight, I gotta back you up. So at least there's like, as soon as I think you started walking over, Gabrielle's like looked at Sage and Cordelia was like, you guys be weird here. We're gonna be weird over there. Weirdos. And then runs over and just immediately just hits the jaw.
Okay.
Can I lash out physically?
You have to roll lash out physically as well.
Yeah. I'm good at this.
This is so unnecessary. I said that you guys auto succeeded on what you were trying to do, and you all insisted on starting.
Listen, I'm a yes and. I'll yes and you.
Cordelia didn't want
This is
people
like-
looking
this is
at
like
them,
more-
so Cal's like, I'm gonna cause a bigger problem.
I have gone through like full campaigns on this channel with less rolls than just these 2 episodes.
It is what it is because I got a 10.
Hey, wonderful. So
You love a yes and.
yeah, on a 10 and up, you deal them harm and they choke up momentarily before they can react. So yes, before he's going to deliver the shove back, a fist connects like slow motion with his face. You see like the skin ripple. Yeah, he cannot think about harming your friend, and he stumbles back, spitting a little blood out, and kind of taken aback with how hard something has hit him. He knows that it's not Cal and is like trying to get his bearings in that moment of who punched him. Before he
can
sees
even
you.
get his bearings, behind him, grabs him, suplexes him through a table. Cordelia, do you want to make your roll now?
Yeah, as this is like continuing, I will say there are actively people. You've successfully distracted a number of people who were like scared about what's going on because there are people filming you fighting now.
Cal.
I'm imagining that Cordelia is now like the woman in that picture that's like screaming at the cat, and Sage is like holding them back. Where the cat is Gabrielle.
As the wise old one said, "When will you learn? When will you learn that your actions have consequences?"
Okay, now all you can picture is Cordelia and Sage, and the cat's just a Dasani water bottle.
Oh, it's about to get so much worse. So Cordelia is just crying actual tears now because she was not expecting her friends to throw hands. This probably counts as a freakazoid moment. Just crying into her Dasani water bottle. And as she does that, so
Legally
I rolled
distinct from this.
legally distinct water bottle from Dasani, unbranded. I rolled an 8, which on salt means that whenever your tears mix with water, roll with dark, blah, 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 on a 7 to 9, the person I want to see appears with or without reason. On that 8, they still do, but they have condition drained and they bring trouble with them.
And you are looking for whatever is calling out. Like, you guys are looking for whatever supernatural entity is calling out.
The ghost in this room full of people.
Okay, so, and they come with drained and bring trouble with them. Okay, so here's what happens. Oh, this is quite fun. I'm actually glad that you rolled what you did. So, okay. So, you get your tears to mix in the water bottle. It's like chaos. Like, why did they start doing that? We were perfectly fine in this corner. Now there's a fight. You're all on camera. This is, bad. But you get the tears out. You try to summon the entity, I